Well, hey there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Halo Spark Forge Network. My name is Brusky, and I have been playing a lot of Halo once again, and super dope as hell. Look what we got here. I'm going to fall in the fire. No, I'm not. This is Hot Rod. It's a super sick map by a guy you may have heard of. He's been in the community quite a while. His name is War FH. Used to be called a guy by the name of Warholic, so he's been around the block, made plenty, if not hundreds, of super rad things that I have and others have shown off over the course of his Forge career, but he just keeps setting the bar higher and higher and higher for himself. We're looking at a spectacular map, as I said, called Hot Rod. Looks to be a core map, probably for 4v4 settings. It's not in the description. It's a bad war. It's a bad war. I don't know what to play on here. Bad, bad, bad. And curated and some additions by some of the biggest names in the community that he does have listed in the map file. Guys by the name of Wolfri3gn, formerly Xdemption, Soulful Soul, All Weaver, Status Crow, BWS Executioner, I always mess up your name, dude, Diablo 271406, Box Nose, Svengeon, Okami, Nifty Noob, Architectz, Mr. iForge OG, I Am Luxury, and a pro player. And so he's had a who's who in here to go over this map with a fine-tooth comb, and it really, really shows. The aesthetical detail on here is nuts. The lava is some of the best I've seen in the game. The molten steel melted pipes throughout the center are sick, and the elevators are flawless. Great scripting all around. You see the flames through the cage over there. This map has just got tons and tons and tons of detail, and even the background. It's set in a fiery chasm with a mountain and volcano high above it, and it turned out really, really, really solid from almost every angle, even outside of the map. You can't really break the immersion of the level here. They've thought of everything and any place you could possibly look from inside the gameplay space to fool you that this is not where it is. But this is definitely one of the best maps I've seen all year. And I know I haven't seen a lot. I'm just now getting back. But these guys all know their stuff. Warholic is one of the all-time best in this thing called Halo Forge, one of my all-time favorites, and I practically look at everything he makes anyway. So I was blown away when I came in here, and it's not just the lava, but the whole theme is just it's solid, thematically solid as hell. It's a really real well done. You can tell that the planning, the production, and the perfecting of the map went through every level, critically and concisely, and they seem to have got it all buttoned down. I can't wait to play it. I haven't played it yet, so I can't give you an expectation on the gameplay, but knowing from his past maps, including Requiem, which is one of the biggest maps on Halo Infinite, War knows his stuff. And if Redemption was in here, Mr. Wolfri3gn, he knows his gameplay. I imagine them two worked out all of the gameplay aspects to this map pretty solidly. It would probably function at high-level games, especially even HCS or higher, and less so for casual games. But even a casual game on Fiesta would still be a lot of fun. I'm going to jump into my character real quick here. Let's do that. And then I'm going to jump right back out of my camera ball, out of machinima mode, and let's just fly around here and take it in for a second. And I'm just going to go back and just look at the detail and I mean, look at the sun coming over the top. Like, this looks rad as hell. That is rad fire. The only thing I wish it could be doing more is like actually moving, but I mean, I'm asking kind of the impossible there. If there was a way to do it, I'm sure that those guys would have all figured it out. And just look at the mountain in all its glory. That looks fantastic. Fantastic. I know we're just, scaling up terrain pieces, but man, that is super solid background work for, something that most forgers wouldn't put that much attention to detail on, but it just looks, I mean, that's almost a map in itself. I want to go play on that mountain. Be a good idea for like a battle royale map like that. And you see we had this industrial, I wouldn't say banished theme. It's brutalist architecture. It seems like it's sort of aiming towards like the banished kind of style, but not the banished colors. It just looks like old Forerunner like an old Forerunner, I don't know, plant on one of the rings, gathering energy, and these pistons are going down and they're probably making steam. And man, I can't talk enough about the way this lava came out. It is really, really excellent. I mean, wow. They did a great job. We got the ships out there in the distance. That's a nice touch as well. I barely noticed those just a second ago. And you see, like, the detail goes all the way out. All the way out. I got to come out here to show you the edges of the map, which I really don't like to do. But even from out here, like, man, it just looks, it almost looks perfect. It does look developer quality as far as everything that you see in this camera shot right here. What a cool structure. What a cool structure. And, your guess is as good as mine as to its actual function. It seems to be like a place where they would actually craft the ships. Yeah. Like a docking yard. And these ships look great as well. Really nice shape to them. Very, very Halo-esque. This is a Halo-ass map. I like to say that a lot when a map just screams Halo. And this map definitely does scream Halo as you play through it. You know you're playing Halo. It's not a reskin of a Call of Duty map. The grime, the level of detail when it comes to like the beaten down surfaces, because you would have burns and all kinds of stuff going on like this on the floors. It wouldn't be a clean setting with sulfur and lava, and you're messing with like molten metal. It's obviously going to get everywhere, and so the attention to detail there is pretty nice, along with the subtle color touches for the side differences with the red and blue, as you can see there, so you never lose track of where you are in the map. War is always pretty good at that, and that carries on thematically as you see the banners going up the sides. These are the metal pipes that I was talking about. These look rad as hell. I haven't jumped on them yet. I'm not sure if these damage you, and you can only stand on them for a limited time. That would be a cool aspect to encompassing them into the overall gameplay experience, being limited time options for you to choose that path. You stand on there too long, maybe it burns you up. We're going to see in just a second. War is always really, really crafty with his lifts too, straight across the center, just like on Requiem. He's got a way with these under and over routes that seem to like go through his map, and oh, I can't even get up there. Oh, we're getting it up there. There we go. Yeah, like this, where he's throwing you around, but it's very precise movements. It's not sloppy at all. You're going to end up like exactly where he means you to end up, and into a new pocket of gameplay. Segmented pockets. This is really, really well done. As you can see, nice battle areas around the sides, in the center, and all around, but are obviously protected from one another by large walls and sight lines, so that the battle stays there. There's not going to be a lot of cheap cross mapping going on. There's a couple little angles. You can, if you were where these grenades are, or something like here, you could possibly hit a shot into that corner over there. But I mean, only for a split second. I mean, you can barely see into that hallway there, and so that's good segmentation. It creates a balance between engagements from far away. This looks killer. That looks great. Those are really, really nice flames on those bars. You sell the hell out of that look, dude. That's solid. Yeah, like a furnace. Furnace that makes ships. This is what this has to be. And if that's exactly what it is, then that's how good your theme is. But look, notice like I said, the over and under routes that he crafts here, giving you really, really good quick sight lines for engagements in crafty places. Some nice places for jumps as well, so you can get behind them pretty easily if you're paying attention to where you're at in the map. And then, bam, we got the little shoot through here. This is extension right here. This is like classic extension map functionality, which I see a lot on his maps, going back to like Full Metal and like Halo 5, which was a map where he had a lot of that going on, with interesting shooting spots. Keep in mind, I'm flying through this for the first time while I'm explaining to you. So if I get quiet for a second, it's because I'm actually like taking in the architecture and the routes. I see a lot of extension in these routes too. That's a little bit of -0 wire or hose play right here with this pathway. That looks rad as hell. Rad as hell. These are like large chains like bolted down in there or something. That's what they seem like, anchoring it in place. We have a power up here. I imagine that's invis. And even here in these little corners, look at the oven here. Little detail with the red light shining through. It makes me want to turn my brightness down all the way. The dripping, that's sick. That's really good. You infection forgers see something like that, but with blood. See that's super rad, super rad. And see how he's using these lights to just make all the surfaces like feel hot where they should feel hot, and really well done. Even little details like the writing on the wall here to kind of sell it a little more. Damn, I mean, I run out of stuff to say about War like a long time ago. He's somebody that I looked at like when I first started forging. He's been in the game that long. As somebody who you could go into his maps and learn something new every time you do. I'm really impressed with these routes on this map, though. I really like the way this lays out. It's like an homage to Lockout in a way, but obviously not a copy and paste of such a thing. And so these bars serve two purposes, also being like blockers and segmentation devices for the opposite side. So again, you can get a little cross map play, you know, from here to there, but it's only gonna be in a couple spots. You know, he's keeping the players in their pockets, which creates very competitive play, especially with competitive teams, as they're able to move as a unit and coordinate their attacks and defenses a lot better. Great use of the screens here, the crates as well. Look how well he just sells that debris. The weapons all look balanced as well. I don't see anything overpowered. There's a skewer. You got the basics on the walls, and we saw the invis in the opposite of the skewer. And I'm looking for the last one. These are in good places as well. These, like the jump to here to get this, I mean, it's going to be dangerous. It's going to put you in danger, but you're going to end up with that barrel and be able to get practically like a free kill, almost guaranteed, by throwing it. So, you know, he's drawing the players where he wants them to go, and giving them a very proper like risk versus reward offer. Rockets, that's the other one we saw right here in the bottom. So notice they are segmented very well from up top. So from down here, you're going to get them to be able to use these effectively. Ideally, you're going to have to traverse back up to the top of the map. And ooh, that's interesting that the power-up is right there by the rockets. So that's a hell of a trade-off. You can get both of those items off the spawn going for that. And we do have a... That's actually going to be not OP at all, but that's actually a very powerful item on this map right here all in itself. So it's really like two power-ups, because that is going to be very fun, and tossing some Spartans down there in the metal and making them into ship pieces to put on the ones that are getting ready, that are apparently being built here. And just look at the background. I'm so impressed with the background. I could talk about it for another 10 minutes. I'm about to get a lobby going though, and we're going to give this a shot on just a core mode, 4v4 hopefully. I really hate playing with these bots. Some of you forgers got to get better about getting in these lobbies and helping me get some maps played, because that's going to help me get your maps played as well. And I'm not going to forget the ones who come in and help play other forgers maps when it comes time to getting their stuff done as well. They're obviously and should going to get the priority. Very much so. And if this is a straight co-forge between those names that I listed, like I would put my money on Wolfri3gn and War being like the diabolical two that really came down with this whole layout, architecture style, and like the whole manifestation of the map. I see a little bit of Architectz in here too, in the way he does things. So great job, boys, every one of you. Warholic adds another one to his an already like super fat portfolio. And God, these lifts look great too. Really, really, and we've been here for a minute. Like the timing, everything is spot on with them. It's nice how they come out of here, hiding from view, the spawn-in point down there. So preventing that immersion from dropping anymore. Let's get back into the character, and we'll see how it looks in player view. And it looks just as dope, if not doper. Nice gameplay flow running through the map. Just from the little bit I did to get to there. I mean, it is up high, and you are on scaffolding, so there is a level of danger. But it's not overly easy to like fall off the map, as long as you're mostly paying attention. What happens is, I'm curious. This is gonna go into the wall. It is. So there. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Dead. Yep. See? I knew it. See what you did, man? I gotta jump in the lava. Here we go. I actually like that it doesn't kill me right away when I landed on the rocks there, because you would be burnt. That's pretty realistic, actually. That's a nice touch. The sound effects are all in line. It sounds really clean and correct as far as the atmosphere that you're trying to provide here for the players. It sounds realistic. These jumps are nice. See, I make it. Oh, just barely. So that's dangerous, but it is rewarding. Like I said, rockets, you know, the play would be to there and then over to here, and hopefully control that skewer, maybe. And this also is really hidden from the rocket, so one's not going to be able to easily engage the other very quickly. I mean, it can, but you're going to have to work for that. And if both teams are on opposite ones, the balance is going to come up pretty nice. The skewer matches up with the rocket launcher very well. Better than anything else against the rocket launcher, unless you go with like the opposites, like sword or a hammer, where you can use stealth and distance to try and get close and try and negate the effect of the rockets with its splash damage. And let's answer. Let's see. So is this gonna hurt me? Oh, that's awesome! I called it. See, that's entirely my idea. And War stole that from me, so you guys are witnesses to that. I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. That was Brusky's idea completely. That's good. That's good. I like that. See, I observed the way it looked before, and then judging from the way it looked, that seemed to be the way it should go. And it actually, like, they didn't let me down. Like, it went that way, and that is a great insight into like the player's mind and how they're going to perceive your map later on. Can you go there? Oh, that's a nice run up too. And that's the lift above the skewer. It's going to bring you up here. Skewer. I fucking hate that word. And yeah, I mean, I've said a lot of words. This is a map you definitely should have in your repertoire. If you're a lobby host as well, you could do a lot of fun stuff on here. Like I said, even in casual games, so free-for-all Fiesta would be really fun. This map does have a very solid layout for free-for-all, I would say, but it's also symmetrical enough to run 4v4 HCS pretty competitively, I bet. I would like to see some of the pros play on this map. These sightlines are sick. I mean, you just got them like here and here, but then this is going to block you, and maybe you get another shot or two off before they get up that ramp, but it's really going to force you to be on your shots to really capitalize on some of these openings against the other players, so that you can finish the kill and get the point before they reach the next corner and are able to recover their shields, which is very strategic. I'm 100%, 1000% like I said, that was worked out before. Over there, too. Can you make this jump backwards? Let's see. Yeah, you can. Okay, that's nice. These grenade lifts are nice. Let's see. I have one more question. Can I do this? To here. To here. Yes, I can. Oh, that's nice. That's great movement. Very quickly. So bottom to the top. Yeah, so even though like a scaffolding map, like this has great movement. you could come up with some really creative plays on something like this. Quantum so there wasn't an invis down there. It's a translocator. Not my favorite item, but that's not because I hate it. I haven't played with it enough to really figure out a strategy for myself when using it. But ones do exist, and I will get the hang of it. Yeah, and like this looks really rad. Gives me like an Aliens vibe, like Ridley Scott Aliens. I mean, it's not acid, but it feels like that. You know, the acid dripping out of the alien's mouth. This whole area with these big wires, anchors, whatever they may be, pipes of glory. It's a really, really nice corner. Back to the lifts there. And I've ran around the whole map, so you kind of see how this is going to be when you're playing on yourself. But the elevation change from bottom to top is actually pretty drastic. It's a very tall map, but it's pathed out and segmented very well, where you don't realize you're traversing that much of a distance vertically, but you really are if you go from the bottom to the top. So that's nice. It's condensed, but it's a very open. It's not as condensed as it seems. Like I said, a lot of opportunities for creative plays. If this has strongholds on it, I would imagine that's going to be a very excellent choice for this for competitiveness. Oddball is going to be another very, very solid gameplay. I mean, Slayer is always going to work on something like this, but Oddball with the pathways, the up downs, and the lifts is probably pretty dope as hell. And Stronghold's probably a competitive fight as well as you try and hold down these individual pockets. Capture the flag, I guess I could see that. I mean, capture flag will kind of go on anything symmetrical or even or balanced on both sides. So it's kind of like a gimme. But again, with the routes and the jumps and the timed routes like this, capture the flag actually, you know, I could be completely wrong. It might actually be one of the map's strongest game types. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. You should definitely get this bookmarked on Halo Infinite. You can get it today. Just look under the files of WAR, capital W-A-R, space F-H, all caps, and look at his other maps on there. He's got like a page and a half maybe, I think. No, it's just a solid page. But he's got a whole new version of Requiem that he just finished with a different color scheme, more Halo 3-esque instead of Halo 4-esque, and yeah, it looks pretty sick as well. So I mean, he's going to continue to refine that tried and true layout and aesthetic style anyway, as he should. And now there are two versions of that dope map you can play on if you're a fan of it. One with the Halo 3-esque colors and feeling, and the other with that Halo 4 style that he got in the original version of Requiem, which he just absolutely nailed. Which is not as easy as people, you know, give credit to hit that Forerunner Halo 4 style. And like the blues and of like the opening theme music of Halo 4 when you first open that game up in the main menu, and he translates that real well. This is like, man, it's like Banished Extension style, but with like tower work like War does. That's what it really like sings out to me. That's what I see. So if I got that right, props to Brusky, because I've looked at both of those guys' maps for a long time. The other guys on the list, I mean, Boxnose, Ocam, like, yeah, I've seen lots. Soulful Soul, they all go back really far time. Architectz, I've seen hundreds of his projects. So everybody that I listed as a possible contributor or curator to this map deserves a pat on the back, 2 spins, a crouch jump, and maybe a plasma grenade to the face for doing a rad as hell job. But definitely a map you should seek out. And stay tuned. We got some more map features coming. This has been Brusky. This is HSFN. And this is a Halo Infinite map that you should play right away. It's called Hot Rod. And I am out of here. Bye, guys.